All right, let's get started on number 9. All right, just like all the rest, we got to change them all to decimals and then figure out which one's the answer. But the problem with this one is it's asking which is in ascending order. So of course you need to know what that word means. We've gone over this word. So I always have to think, okay, let's see. I know that if you're on a mountain and when you're going down, you're making the descent. So that would be descending order would be going from the top to the bottom. So which is bigger to smaller. So ascending means to go from the bottom up. So we're going from least to greatest. Okay, I'm going to write that down. We're going from least to greatest. Okay, so that's what I always have to think. I always have to think of the word descent. Okay, I'm coming down the mountain. I'm going from big to little. So that's how I know that ascending means smallest to biggest. Okay. All right. So if you look at this, you can see that every single one of these all have the same numbers in them. They're just moved around all over the place. So we just have to find the one that goes from smallest to biggest. So all we got to do is take one of them and change each of those to a decimal. Okay, so one's already a decimal, so we don't have to do that one. All right, so 20%, we'll just go with this one. We'll start with this one. So 20% is the same thing as 21 hundredths. Okay, so 21 hundredths is written as 0.20. Okay, 21 hundredths. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to put the decimal point. I'll just throw it right there. All right. Okay. So 0.20. All right. So the first one's done. So now we got to do 1/3. Okay. Do you remember what 1/3 is? I know we've done this one already. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this because we need a little bit of room to do some work. So you should have some scratch paper. Work this out with me. All right. So 1 divided by 3. Add the decimal point and the 0. Move the decimal point up. 3 goes into 10 3 times, and maybe we haven't done this one yet. All right, 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Add a 0, bring it down. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Add the 0, bring it down. 3 goes into 10 3 times. Okay, we can go on forever, can't we? Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and write the next one is 0.333, and we can keep going with those threes if we want to. All right, but let's just leave it at that right now. So just remember, if you need to keep going, let's put a line over this so that way we know that if we have to add more digits, we can keep adding threes. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this. And it's still there if you rewind the video. All right, so that one was 1/3. So we started the first one. This is 1, this is 2. All right, so there we have 0.3. 0.3 right there. We're done with that one. Now we go to 3.4 times 10 to the negative 1. So we have our 3 and our 4. We put our pencil where the decimal point is, and we move it one place. So that's 0.34. All right, so we can go ahead. For me, it's just easier to look at the biggest, to go from biggest to least. Okay, but remember our answer has to be from least to greatest. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So what's the smallest? Well, you can tell from the first column that the smallest one is a 2. All right, so we already know this one is the smallest. So let's scratch in the 2.0. That was the very first one we did, which was this one. So this is the smallest. So that would go first. Okay, scratch that one out. All right, we can't tell. I'm going to go back to this column. So we can't tell because they're all 3s. I think we need to add our 0s in here. Okay, so we can't tell from that column. Let's go to this column. All right, we see there's a 3, 0, and a 4. All right, so the one with the 0 is going to be the next smallest. So that would be 2. So that was the third one we did, which is this one. Oh, sorry. That's a 2. That's the second smallest. Let's stretch that one out because we're done with it. Let's go back to the same column. Don't go to the next column. Go back to the same column because here you can see that 3 is smaller than 4. So 0.33333, which was the second one we did, which is 1/3. That's the third smallest. And finally, this is the fourth smallest. So now we have to find 20%. All right. So when we come over here, we know that these are already not in order because we just put them in order. And that was 1, 3, 2, 4. So 20% is first. And then 0.3 is next. Oh, I'm seeing something. All right, so there's 20%, 20%, 0.3, 0.3. Okay, so it's not going to be this one. Scratch that one out. Slash the trash. All right, so the third one would be 1/3. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, the third one is 1/3. Oh, my bad. I didn't see that. Forget it. Scratch this. We already knew that 20% had to be first. If it wasn't this one, it had to be this one. That little 1/3, that 1/3 over there was hiding from me. Okay, so you guys see that? I'm going to give you some more problems so you can practice more, okay? I just know you love that. All right, bye until number 10.